Good morning, everybody. I'm so glad you're here today. Well, I hope you're having a beautiful day. I hope things are going super smoothly for you, and I'm thrilled to see you again this morning. So, we've been talking about, I forgot to bring the book with me, but a book called Opportunity by Eben Pagan. Hey, Jazz, great to see you. Opportunity by Eben Pagan. One of the favorite things in the book for me are all the different mental paradigms. Hey, Aunt Irma. Most books that I end up reading, or gurus you talk to, or experts you study. Hey, Hannah Lisa, great to see you. Most of the experts that you listen to, they've got one way of thinking. It's, the paradigm that they've had all of their lives, the way of looking at the world that they've had for forever, and they're passing it on to you. The thing that I like about this opportunity book that I'm reading is that it presents you with, hey, Amy, it presents you with dozens upon dozens of what we call mental models. And what you can do with these mental models is you can look at a situation, how you're feeling inside of you or outside of you or something that's going on, and you can hold up these different lenses, these different mental models. Maybe you're looking at the world through the mental model of how the Buddha would look at the world. Or remember those bracelets, what would Jesus do? That was really big when, when I was younger. That would always kind of freak me out because it was like, that didn't turn out so well for that guy. But there are different mental models that we can look at the world. And one of the mental models, great, thank you, Irma. Irma says, just popping in to say hi, I'm adorable, I look healthy and happy. Rock on with you too, Irma, thank you. So these different mental models give us so much flexibility and so much multidimensionality. It's like when you put highlights in your hair, or you have freckles, or you change your contacts to different colors. It gives you different ways of looking at the world. That's been around for a long time, looking at things through rose-colored glasses. You can look at the world through dozens upon dozens of mental paradigms. So the one we're going to look at today, the mind pretzel we're looking at today, is about only learning things so that you're capable at them, and not so that you become some master or some guru. In everything that you'll read, it's about becoming perfect or being perfect, not making mistakes. You remember all of those red pens, maybe when you were a kid, circling things. They don't use red pens anymore because they were too, emotionally charged for everybody, me included. We were so used to never making mistakes and, taking these classes where we had to be amazing, and people, maybe men in our lives or women in our lives, who would, correct us and be critical and really kind of pick on us to be a certain way, to be a certain person. And in their mind, they were looking out for us. But what they were doing is they were really handicapping us in some way. They were tying our hands behind our back. And one of the best, hey George, one of the best mental models that's in this book is about only learning things to competence, not learning them to perfection. Because when you learn them to competence, and you remember that you are made up of all of these different layers and all of these different perspectives and points of view, and you have got big things that you are designed to be out there. We really don't appreciate how smart we are and how capable and how miraculous our body is. And the fact that we can breathe is mind-blowing to me. The fact that our bodies are always renewing themselves, over the course of every 7 years, everything in our body is being replaced. So we are actually miracles who have the capability to do fantastic things, but we get bogged down with this idea that we have to learn something to mastery. Instead, when we learn something to competence, then we can add it to our toolbox. It gives us another facet, another way of looking at the world, and it leads us to our higher purpose. Thanks, Irma. I will keep spreading my light. It brings us to our higher role of what we're more meant to do. We're meant to not just survive, We're meant to help each other come together within ourselves as well as within a community. Now, I used to study Tantra. And Tantra is very confusing for a lot of people because Tantra is considered something that's sexual or something that's sensual. And it does have that aspect to it. Hey, Christine. But Tantra is at its root, at its core, the coming together of the masculine and the feminine inside of you. It's the coming together of all the different facets of you. And so when you realize that you are all of these multi-dimensions, and you're meant to be, it means you can put the perfectionism down. Because perfect isn't being perfect at spelling every word. Perfect isn't being perfect at doing perfect live streams. Perfect is something so much bigger than what you are and who you are. You know, you are designed to be designed either by nature or nurture, who knows? But you are designed to be so much bigger than our society lets us. And when we realize that, we can just get the skill that we need, the insight that we need, and move on. Let it down and move on. We can let it go because there's so many bigger things that we're meant to be doing. And the more information we gather, the more people that we meet, the more insights and paradigms that we adopt and understand, then the bigger we become. You know, the people who are experts, the people who are professionals at what they do, that's great because they've got every facet of one specific thing. But as people, they're not as whole. They're not as great as they could be, you know, because they've become amazing in one topic or one area of their life. And sometimes, you know, we're more wired and more designed towards something. You know, I've got many women that I work with who have people in their lives who are on the autism spectrum. And one of the challenges of being on the autism spectrum is that you are extraordinarily intelligent. But one of the challenges is your emotional intelligence isn't as good. And so you're not as fleshed out. You're really amazing in one topic and very well-rounded in that topic. But in other areas of your life, you're missing things. So our goal as human beings is to be as great and amazing and multidimensional as we can, to not only bring together the male and the female inside of us, but also to bring together the artist and the poet and the scientist and the moneymaker and the family person and the rock star and you know, the arborist and the naturalist, to bring together all of these thousands of different mental models that we can have. And the only way we're going to become that way is to learn something to tolerance, put it down, and learn the next thing. And then you're adding like Legos, you know, or different parts and pieces to your whole. If you stick with being perfection, you know, if you stick with getting one thing really, really great, that's fabulous. But you are the one that's missing out. You are the one that will end up not being the greatest self that you're meant to be, which is someone who is not just one personality, which everybody wishes that you were in order to make their lives easier. Okay, not everybody, but a lot of people in our society wish that we were one-dimensional. But when you start to explore all these new dimensions of you, that's how you get to an even higher level of transformation, an even higher level of who you're meant to be. So learn it to competence and move on, because you've got big things you're supposed to be doing and big things you're doing already that you're not even aware of. Okay? Bring out all those different sides of you and all those different personalities. You at every age that you've been at, bring them out and explore them and enjoy them. Learn the thing that you need, put it down, and move on. Because perfection isn't just being good at one thing. Perfection is when you take everything that you know, you combine it with everything that everybody else knows, and that's how we create this greater being, this version of, let's say, God or higher power or spirit, if you want. This is how we create this higher self. It's not because you being perfect at spelling. It's about you continuing to gather all these tools and gather together with other people and their tools and raising us all up to this oneness or this beingness when we're all together, okay? So your thing today is to find something not that's critical. Don't do it if your job depends upon it. Be smart, but find a medium risk. That's our thing, isn't it? Not about finding big risks. We build up to the big risks, but finding a medium or small risk so that we get a good track record. A medium or small risk where you don't let yourself be perfect, where you tell yourself, you know what? This is one skill in my toolbox, and I've got another skill I need to do. Okay? Let yourself be that jack of all trades, because that's what will raise you up. Let yourself just do it to competence and move on. Cut yourself some slack, because actually, when you keep learning in all those different tools and all those different ways, that's how you become great. That's how you become amazing and perfect. Okay? So that's your challenge today. If you like this, hit like, hit love, share it with your friends, because we're coming together as this awesome community. Hey, Evie, great to see you. Because we're coming together as this awesome community where we are behind each other and support each other. So the more you share this positive space with everybody that you know, the more that you comment on other people's stuff, then remember, that's how we end up becoming a greater version of ourselves. Because now you're not just Rita. I'm Rita and Evie and Irma and Hannah Lisa, and I'm all of us, okay? That's who we're meant to be, a higher version of ourselves. Cool, huh? So that's your homework for today. I'm looking forward to hearing how it turns out for everybody. Shoot me a text or a message or an email, no matter where you get it, letting me know how your homework turned out. Letting me know the different insights or understandings that you got. Because remember, this is a community. It's a tribe. Cool? Cool. I hope you have a great rest of your day. And I will see you tomorrow. Bye.